Before you hit send, I want you to consider how you even got here. Clearly that relationship wasn't serving one or both of you. There was conflict, there were feelings of unhappiness and uneasiness. And now you think that because the relationship is over and y'all used to share love and affection, that if you hit send on that message, that email, or you make that phone call, if there is something you're gonna say that will make your ex realize something that they haven't since the breakup. Do you know what breakups do? They give you clarity on what you mean to someone's life. It gives you space and time to reflect on whether a relationship was actually worth your time. And it forces you to really take a deep dive alone and get used to being single again. And reaching out now doesn't reassure you or your ex of your value. In fact, it just shows how desperate you are for them to see you of value that maybe they realize now never existed. So allow your silence to speak for all of those words you think you want to say. You know that old saying that absence makes the heart grow fonder? Well, absence also allows you to come to the realization that maybe, just maybe, they ain't it.
Called me and said, I don't know who needs to hear this, but a narcissist will rewrite history so they don't have to take personal responsibility for their behavior. They believe their own lies to avoid accountability.
5 reasons why narcissists revise history. Number 1, it gives them a way to escape responsibility and blame shift. Number 2, they make you feel guilty and shameful for what they gaslight you to believe was your fault. Number 3, they keep you walking on eggshells, making you think twice before you say or do something because everything will be remembered and used later. Number 4, they never let go and are very vindictive. Number 5, to bind you with the promises or things you might have said in the past and keep you around.
The more you detach yourself from outcome and caring what other people think of you, the more people will attach themselves to your energy. This is because when you need someone else's energy or someone else's validation or approval, they can feel that, and what ends up happening is they are repelled to actually give you the validation or the approval that you're craving. This is also because non-needy energy is one of the most attractive qualities you can have. When you don't need anything from anyone else, then there's a feeling of abundance there. There's a feeling of being unapologetically yourself. So one of the most powerful things you can possibly do is focus less on the energy of tuning to others and wanting to know what they think, and instead focusing the energy on side of yourself, putting the energy inside of your body, because when you are embodied and inside of feeling safe in your own body, you are more magnetic than you can possibly imagine.
The relationship.
Psychopaths, narcissists, borderlines, and histrionics all play this game. The appearance of being a victim, the appearance of being frail and fragile. How would you recognize this? Okay, here's a way of recognizing it. Remember at all times that what you are dealing with is a performance to elicit a response from you. Take one person, take what I just said, put them together. Think of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 examples where they behaved in a certain way that elicited a response from you that caused you to serve them, that caused you to give your stuff, your time, your attention, your money, your things, your emotion, your sex to them in a way that you wouldn't have done if they hadn't asked you. They implied it. They made faces. They sighed, or they did weird stuff with their meta communication, their body language, to get you to do what they wanted you to do, which is to serve them in some way. Psychopaths not
to anyone who is in a relationship with a pathological narcissist who happens to have sociopathic traits, a covert narcissist, or is a sociopath, and you want to set a boundary to teach them a lesson by uncovering their true self, or you just want to end a relationship by uncovering their true selves, take their mask off, you're going to get hammered and you're going to wish you never did it. Just run and don't feel like you are losing. You are surrendering by not saying anything.
The narcissist abandons and neglects you when you are experiencing a crisis in your life. When there is an emergency and you need them to be there for you. You need them to offer you support. You need them to be cooperative. You need them to hold space for you. You need them to hold your hand for a while. You need them to offer care, affection, support, whatever it is possible from their side. What do? They leave you for the wolves. They do not care what happens to you. They do not care about your needs. They just leave you expecting that you would meet your needs on your own, and they're not expected to, neither are they obliged to play any role in your life because they are not connected with you. Then abandon.
Often when clients are doing cutoffs or setting boundaries with a toxic family or an abusive family member, we're met with this pushback, this idea like family is sacred. And it's very true, family is sacred, but it's usually used against us like in a one-way street, like stuff like, I can't believe you're doing that to your mother, or what's going to happen if there's a family emergency, then what, or I hope your kids don't do that to you, or even worse, I knew you would do this to her, you've always been selfish. So what's weird about this sacred family thing is that contract got broken years ago when our parents were being abusive to us as children. And now it's being weaponized. So yes, family is sacred, and therefore you can leave because it's not sacred, and the bargain wasn't really held up. So if you're processing your own boundary processing or going no contact, I hope that this idea is helpful to you.
Saddest.
Most narcissists hate sitting home. They gotta go, 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 okay? It's boring for a narcissist to sit at home, but what narcissists do is they portray that they're home buddies. This is how they try to fool people and making them think, oh, I never go out, I'm always home, okay? Narcissists always have to be where the action is. They always want to be out. They always want things that are exciting, and they always want attention when they go out, okay? They need that thrill. Narcissists are thrill seekers. So you'll notice that a lot of narcissists, they always have to be out. They always got to be on the go, and they're always looking for excitement.
Try.
Okay, here's how I define abuse, so we're on the same page here. Abuse is a pattern. Not once in a while, not here and there. It is a pattern of narcissistic, disrespectful, and harmful behavior exhibited by one person in an intimate relationship. Here's how I define.
So why are adult children of narcissistic abuse and people with complex PTSD specifically very vulnerable to developing limerence for their romantic interests, more so than other people? First of all, there isn't just one singular reason why this happens, so let's take it step by step. One of the main reasons is, in my opinion, is because adults who were subjected to narcissistic abuse as children and who have developed complex PTSD may be more prone to developing limerence because of the way their trauma affects their attachment style and emotional regulation. So why?
If you're psychologized, which is a terrible, terrible phenomenon that's ruining our culture at the moment, you'll say, no, everybody's just a victim of a victim. Okay. Everybody just has childhood trauma. Oh, good. So Stalin, Saddam Hussein, Hitler, Pol Pot, they're just victims of victims. They just had childhood trauma. Yes. What should we do with them? I mean, why stop them from doing what they want to do? They're just being themselves. Who are you to stop them? We have to stop them. We have to stop them to some degree, like either prison or capital punishment. That's a conversation for a different day. But you cannot just let evil run wild in the world. This is not just me saying it. This is life. This is the real world. You must condemn evil, and it behooves you to take an action. Taking an action, for me, is up to every individual as to what they think is appropriate. It at least means that you should share this with people. If you're psychologized,